How in the hell do you get fired on your day off for stealing boxes? Welcome back to my page. My name is Michael Jenkins, and this is another episode of Current Events. So, everybody knows, if you know me, you know I'm a huge fan of the Dallas Cowboys. They're my favorite team in the whole world. Wouldn't trade them for the world. But some stuff they do, I just cannot I cannot get on board with. I cannot get on that bandwagon. In recent news, the Dallas Cowboys released one of their wide receivers, Lucky Whitehead, number 13. He was accused of stealing snacks from a convenience store in Virginia. Approximately $38 to $40 in snacks that he walked out the store with at 1:30 in the morning. Now, after Dallas Cowboys personnel, and by personnel I mean Jason Garrett and Jerry Jones, caught wind of this, they immediately released him from the team, cut him, saying, "We're going to do what's best for the team moving forward." What he's been given opportunities, and he's just not he's not taking the opportunity to be a Dallas Cowboy, so we're going to release him. Okay, that's fair. But what about all these other people who do things for these opportunities that don't get released? The people who be getting DUIs, the people who get domestic violent charges, the people who get sexual assault charges. May I mind you, one of my favorite players also is Ezekiel Elliott. During the off season, they're at a parade and he pulled down a woman's top while they're on top of a float in front of the world. Basically, it was on TV and everything. That's sexual assault. The woman didn't press charges, but that's besides the point. That's sexual assault. I'm not saying he needs to be released, but Lucky Whitehead was accused of stealing from a store and he got cut automatically. Now they normally say, "Oh, we'll just let things play out within the court systems," but he was accused. It hasn't went to court. He missed his court date, but he hasn't been officially charged with it. So Lucky Whitehead said he didn't do it. He wasn't even in Virginia at the time that this story came out about him stealing from the convenience store. And my next thought on that was, you make about $600,000-$700,000 in your contract. What are you stealing $40 of snacks for? He repeatedly said he didn't do it. Wasn't him. He can even prove that he was in Dallas at the time that this story came out. So he got released, cut or whatever. The next day, the Virginia Police Department comes out and says that it was mistaken identity. He didn't do it. It wasn't him. All right, cool. You got cleared. You're innocent. Let's keep it moving. Jason Garrett and Jerry Jones continue to say, "Well, that does not change the decision. He will still be cut from the team. We're going to do what's best for the team moving forward still." What? He didn't do anything. It came out that he was innocent and he's still being cut? That's some bullshit. That's some A1 bullshit. Jason Garrett is a spineless jellyfish motherfucker who's just riding Jerry Jones's ass, and Jerry Jones is a professional piece of shit. Thank you for continuing to prove, Jerry Jones, that you are a professional piece of shit and you do it so well. Now, with that being said, the Dallas Cowboys are still my favorite team. Nothing's changed with me and the Dallas Cowboys. I just can't mess with the personnel who directs them. And that's probably why we haven't won a Super Bowl in this long, because the personnel is it's not working. So let's move on to some more news about the NFL. the NFL recently did the doctors, somebody did a study, CTE study, is studying the brain. They took 111 deceased retired players, retired, they're dead, so they're not playing. They took their brains and scanned them and tested them for CTE. It's basically a brain testing their brain to see if it's been damaged and altered in some way from the sport. So they tested 111 players, and 110 tested positive for CTE. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with CTE, I'm just going to read out some of the symptoms that comes with that. Symptoms include memory loss, confusion, impaired judgment, aggression, depression, anxiety, impulse control issues, and sometimes suicidal behavior. With that being said, my opinion on the matter is I think quality of life is more important than me watching a sport every week or 3 days out of a week to see people hit each other. And I mean, it's an exciting sport, but I can live without it for people's health. That's not more, people's health aren't more important and quality of life aren't more important than my entertainment. So if the NFL want to go in a different direction, saying we're going to have a no-contact sport or whatever they want to do with this information, I will stand behind it because, like I said, the quality of life is so much more important than basic entertainment. But I doubt they'll do anything about it. So we'll just continue to watch football and just send our prayers to the people who choose to play this sport and know the risk that they're taking. So let's move on. There's a story came out about scammers at ATMs and gas stations. Now, for a long time, we've known about the scammers at gas stations. They can do something to get your PIN or your zip code to be able to scam you out of cash. Now, these motherfuckers have moved to the ATMs. They are putting little fake, basically card readers, fake card readers on ATMs. So when you put your card in, get your money out, they have your information to go spend your money at will. Now people know, if you know me, you know that I don't play about my money or my family. So this is absolutely ridiculous that people go to these levels to not make their own money, to make your money. I don't understand. Just go get a job. Why are you out there trying to scam people out of nickels that we worked hard for? Like, we're not here for it. Go make your own money. So just some precautions that, also they put little cameras on the gas pumps to actually see you typing in your information on these gas pumps. So some suggestions that the news and some suggestions that I came up with myself regarding ATMs. The story is that when you go to the ATM, pull on it first to make sure the reader doesn't just come off easily. If it comes off easily, you know that it was fake and you protected your money. If it doesn't come off, it's real. You don't have to worry about something coming back on your statements that you didn't pay for. At the gas station, myself, I only go to Quick Trips because they have cameras at their gas station, Quick Trip cameras, and they're open 24/7. So it's a little harder for the scammers to put things on those pumps. But you still always should yank on the reader just to see if it's real or fake, so you're not getting scammed. Also, I know Quick Trip isn't everywhere in the United States, so if you don't have a Quick Trip in your place, personally, I suggest that you go to, when you're getting gas, you go to a place that has 24/7 surveillance and is open 24/7 and only get you guys in these places. So that's my opinion on protecting your money that you worked hard for, that you want to see in your bank account, not in somebody else's. There is a tech company in Wisconsin that are offering their employees, is voluntary for right now, but we all know that that's going to change after however long. But they're telling their employees to get little chips, microchips implanted in their hand right here. So these microchips would make it convenient for these employees to use vending machines, to open doors, to log into their computers, operate copy machines, etc. These chips will start being offered on August 1st. If you had my mother growing up, you would know that that's only the devil. That one day you're gonna get offered to have a barcode on your body or some type of chip in your body that's gonna offer you convenience and money to be able to move through life easier. My mother told me that that was the devil. It's the mark of the beast. When you get offered that, don't get it. So I won't be indulging whenever the world decides to move forward in this invention to have everybody chipped, basically. I won't be a part of it because Mama told me not to sell work. So basically, it's a no for me. Actually, it's a fuck no for me. I'll just go to church every Sunday and keep it moving. Actually, it's a fuck no for me. I'll just go to church every Sunday and keep it moving. So I really hate talking about this person, but when he makes national news, I have to bring him up in current events. But I swear to my viewers that I would try not to talk about him moving forward. So the golden Christmas ornament, Donald Trump has decided to ban transgender people from the military, from any armed forces. Donald Trump is 2017. Caitlyn Jenner had her own show. Get over it. Like, move on. We're in 2017. We're past all the hate, we don't accept that, we don't live that. Like, who cares? Let people live their life the way they want to live. If they're medically able to serve in the military, they should be able to serve in the military. Period. He claims that he wants to lower the cost of money going through military families for the veterans, to preserve it for them. Basically, his beef is that transgender people are using the military benefits to get surgeries. Now, with that, I would say it's a little extreme to say you're banned from the military because you want to use that as a surgery, because not all transgender people want to use those benefits to transition or whatever. What I would say personally, in my opinion, it doesn't have to be anybody else's opinion because it's mine, I would say that I think that people who opt to get elective surgeries, it shouldn't be covered by any military benefits. And that's not transgender people, that's people who want to get breast implants, people who want to get nose jobs, people who want to do whatever that's elective, that's not life-threatening. I don't think that should come out of benefits in the military. However, if you're transgender and you want to serve in the military, serve in the military. That's my opinion. There's 2,500 to 7,000 transgender people in the military. So that's a huge gap. And I think the gap is there because some people are transitioning, some people aren't transitioning at this time. So the data is not exact. But it's just really just ridiculous that the person who got elected to the highest office in the country is going to go these extremes because of who knows what he's going to extremes for, but it's just ridiculous to me. And my heart goes out to all the families that's going to have to be in a crisis, because some people have been in the military for X amount of years. That's their life. They're expected to retire from the military, and now they don't know what they're doing tomorrow because of this rash decision or irrational decision that this idiot made. So we'll keep you updated on that. If there's more developments to that story, you can find it right here. But that's all the time we have for today. So remember, you heard it first right here on Current Events, and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.